Hello everyone, I am Dayang binti Abdul Lani from Rajang Institute of Teacher Education, PISMP TESOL 1, and this is my oral presentation for the course TSLB 3023 English for Academic Purposes. So, before we begin with the analysis, let me give you an overview of my presentation. Firstly, we will be dealing with the nature and purpose of the academic paper. Secondly, we will be looking at the target audience. Thirdly, style and tone, followed by the arguments. Next, the sources. And lastly, I will be explaining to you what are my stance and the conclusion based on the academic persuasive paper. The ugly truth of online dating. Now, let us start with the first analysis, which is the nature and purpose of the paper. Let's start with the nature. The characteristic of this paper is it is providing extensive points and logical evidence to prove that an idea is more justifiable than another. And this paper is a wide-spreading topic. What does it mean by wide-spreading topic? So, it is stating main point and providing reasoning and solid evidence by stating facts or examples and also quoting experts to make sure that the points are explained well. So, the central idea is the consequences of online dating. These are the points. First, deception, unreliable matching method, short-lived relationship, threat to marriage, racial prejudice, risk to sexual health, scam, and breach towards privacy. These are the points that will be explained in the further. Next, the purposes. This paper aimed to persuade people to be more aware of themselves and people around them as not to be involved in online relationships. Next, it is to advise the society to not take online dating as a trivial matter. Thirdly, to reveal the implications brought by online dating and how they risk online users. And lastly, to inform the society of the ineffectiveness to finding love partner virtually according to the research and evidence. Moving on to the next aspect, who are the target audience of this paper? The writers aim this paper to the online users, but more specifically towards the adults and the teenagers. I will expand on this point of why these two range of age are aimed by the writers. Based on the chart that is shown, the age range of 18 to 24 and 55 to 64 has doubled in the usage of online dating sites. The research was done in 2015. Thus, this graph is chosen to prove that adults and teenagers are the people who use online dating sites and applications the most at that time. But the chart is increasing more and more until today. Now, style and tone. According to Haley and Dewell, as cited in Rias and Akhtar in 2019, formality is shown through least ambiguity in writing. In academic paper, formal language is a must. Formality also refers to being precise in stating facts, showing objectivity of the writing, not including any opinions, displaying rigidity, maintaining clarity, and focusing on necessary information. Let's be exact in what does it mean by being precise in stating facts. Here is an example from the paper whereby the facts are stated in a very precise form. No additional phrases are included in the citation. The writers also applied the variation of sentence length. Long sentences could be difficult towards the readers to understand, but it is more interesting. On the other side, short sentences will make the readers being bored of the explanation. But the writers in this paper used both of long and short sentences to make it readable and understandable by the readers. And it will not be boring for the readers to comprehend the whole research. Here is another example of being precise in stating information. Next, not including any opinions. In this paper, the writers speak only scholarly elaborations and unbiased view, fully assisted with clear evidence, and it is based on facts. This is proven by the usage of other phrases than I'll think or let's rigidity. The writers are able to defend their stand with strong evidence, which produce a debatable argument. How about maintaining clarity? Well, each paragraph in this paper is filled with only important and valid citations to prove the stand. Next, the elaborations are not mixed with any additional statements that is not related to the topic. That's how the writers maintain the clarity of the evidence. Last but not least, focusing on necessary information. These are two examples that I took from the academic paper, whereby the informations are very important to prove that online dating is not safe for people to use. Additionally, the writers shown minor redundancy. So it suggests that the writer is fully in control of the material because it shows minor redundancy and repeating. Not only that, in academic paper, the verb must be sticking to the original form, where the writers cannot be using don't or can't. And they use the least amount of idiomatic vocabulary or slang or cliché phrases in the explanation. Apart from that, the writers chose the third-person view, and when they put an emphasis to a certain fact, they don't use any adverb that reflects their attitude. And looking at the way and style that the writers present their information, the tone of this paper is convincing. It brings the intelligent sounded tone which will engage the reader to focus on the ideas included in the paper. That is why style and tone is very important for the writers to make sure that the informations are delivered well. Now we have come to the argument. In this paper, The writers has included 8 reasons of why online dating is not a safe or effective way to find a lover. First and foremost, deception. But what is deception? Generally, deception is a deliberate act that intended to mislead people. In this context, the deceiver might be one of the users of the online dating sites or an application that has the intention of giving false perception to other person, while the other individual has no clue that these actions are taking place. This case is more frequently found on the internet due to the absence of no-verbal cues in online communication, and people can easily manipulate the information that they want to display on their profile. Online users may change the information on the internet according to their wish because cyberspace is a virtual place which allows the users to chat freely without meeting each other face to face. To find a lover, there is no doubt that people with better physical appearance and good personality are more popular than those who have relatively lower physical appearances. So, people may alter their profiles to attract other people, for instance, enhancing the photograph and giving inaccurate information regarding on their hobby or income level. In this paper, the writer has mentioned that there is an experiment carried out to prove the point. So, the outcome is it is shown that the online users are deceptive on photograph and text-based self-representation to form a better impression in an online dating environment. Now, moving on to the second argument. Online dating sites or applications are based on unreliable matching method. Dating sites insist on the concept that their matching algorithms are scientifically valid, but they fail to disclose their algorithms and provide evidence that they are adhering to the standard of science. Besides that, algorithms of dating sites have a major issue with the information that they collect from the users. They only ask questions related to individual characteristics and personalities. This information does not guarantee that the relationship and happiness between two persons. Based on the algorithms, two persons who have similar characteristics such as political orientation, religion background, or life income are most probably going to end up being a perfect match in the system. Another underlying problem is that the elimination of possible matching candidates using trait-based method. There is no actual algorithm revealed by dating sites because it is being preserved as trade secret in the firms. Though it is possible to predict the way of how these algorithms work, which is matching people with compatible personality traits. To find the right person and fall in love involve a complex combination of feelings, intuition, and interaction, which is a magic that cannot be captured and analyzed by algorithms. Dating websites have no appropriate system to track lies and deception. This is what I have mentioned on the first point. Online users are allowed to alter any information regarding of their identity, weight, income, hobby, and so on. There is no way for other online users to find out the truth about the deceivers because online dating sites are a virtual world. It is a waste of time to spend way too much time on the internet chatting with people who might be a total opposite of what they wrote on their profiles or said in their conversations. Other than that, online dating could lead to short-lived relationships. Basically, it speeds up the whole relationship under given circumstances where both parties acknowledge the feeling towards each other. They might start a relationship faster and quicker compared to the traditional way of meeting people. Yet, a false sense of intimacy is created when interaction remains purely cognitive. This is said by Dr. Rick Burka, who is a psychologist in New Orleans. Many couples who meet online tend to maintain their relationship for only a short period of time and eventually will break up easily. Another possible outcome is that the pair does not feel right when they encounter face-to-face. Online daters feel the need to set up a meeting in person before they invest intense emotions in the cyber relationship. Although they reach a high level of intimacy by maintaining virtual relationships, it is always lacking at the significant feelings of seeing each other in the real world. Then, their relationships are most likely going to break at this point. A study suggests that couples from online dating have a higher possibility to get involved in dating and romantic relationships, while couples who met offline are more likely to be in marital relationships. Furthermore, the breakup rates of marital and romantic relationships among couples who met through dating sites are shown to be higher. And online relationships do not last as long because love involves feelings and actual interactions between humans. Many people experience the problem of chatting frequently online, but when they meet up in person, they do not feel the same intimacy they felt through online chatting. Now, this is the fourth point of why online dating is not suggested to people. It is a threat to marriage. Those who suffer from dissatisfaction in marriage have the tendency to meet new friends online because other online daters do not know that the person who is already married. Online users could manipulate the information and no one will discover the truth if the deceiver keeps lying. A survey titled "How Has Internet Dating Changed Society?" points out that online dating plays a role in the rise of divorce rates. Happy couples who are highly satisfied in their marriage do not have the urge to put themselves in a virtual world and search for other options. On the other hand, couples who are in average or unhappy marriage might be motivated by people from the surrounding to join dating sites because a lot of people subscribe for dating sites. Match.com, which is one of the largest dating sites, sees a total increase of 26% in the number of memberships compared to the last year. Online dating has indirect association to the increasing divorce rates because it allows people to get access to many new choices on the internet. People who are still in a marriage can easily access to dating sites for the purpose of looking for a new love or even casual sex. A study shows that 53% of marriage and family therapists convey the number of cases they encounter that relates to cybersex are growing. And couples who face problems in their marriage would arrange therapy sessions and seek for advice from marriage and family therapists. Now, let's take a look at another impactful reason of why online dating is an unsafe way to find a life partner. Basically, online dating leads to many risks of sexual health. A study states that 45% of female and 55% of male utilize internet for a sexual purpose. And those who claim that they have met offline sexual partner online consists of 40% of female and 35% of male. Having casual sex with an online stranger brings a major threat, which is raising the possibility of contracting sexual transmitted disease, or known as STDs. Dating sites offer identity and anonymity. It is very difficult to know the accurate STD status of online users, as there are no guarantee that the person will confess the truth. A higher frequency in casual sex and number of sexual partners can cause greater incidence of STDs among the population. STDs have negative impact on people, government, and the society. They affect infected patients in a physical and psychological way. Moreover, United States healthcare system spends $16.4 billion to provide treatment to a total of 19 million new STD infections every year. The willingness of online users to have higher number of casual sex partners can escalate the HIV transmission as well. A survey reveals that there are more online sex seekers, including those who are HIV negative people, are engaged in unprotected sex intercourse, are sexually exposed to HIV positive individuals, and have stated that they are less worried about HIV infections due to improved HIV treatment compared to offline sex seekers. Here we have one interesting reason of why online dating is not suggested towards the society. This is because it could lead to racial prejudice. Have you heard about this? Now, let's get into the elaboration. Racial prejudice is a hostile attitude towards an individual from a certain group, simply because the individual belongs to that group and it is therefore presumed to have the objectionable qualities ascribed to that group. Online daters habitually generally prefer those who are from same racial background due to different cultures or beliefs. Our research has revealed that Americans' preference for the same racial background exceeds their preference for similarity in personality and characteristic. And the users do not prefer partner from different racial background. Another study shows that online daters rate white stereotypic profile owners to be more attractive compared to black stereotypic profile owners. Other than that, people with similar background and characteristics share higher compatibility based on the algorithms used by the dating sites. This situation further reduces the possibility for two online users from dissimilar races to acquaint. In real life, there are chances where an individual meets a person from other race and slowly develop friendship. They might end up in a relationship if they have common interests or feelings for each other. However, the dating site's algorithms, online users avoid potential partners from other races at the very beginning. It completely eliminates the chance for online daters from respective races to start a conversation. But not least, online relationship or online dating could lead to privacy breach. Since online dating sites collect all kinds of data from users, including geographic, demographic, and other characteristics, it could lead to the breach of privacy of the users. They say the ultimate motive is to ensure the matching algorithms work well and suggest perfect matches to users. But not every online dating sites provide excellent security of users' data, which may lead to another danger towards the user. This is the second last point of why online dating is not recommended to people. Basically, it leads to another danger. It is known as scam. Scam doesn't fall too far from deception. However, it is more dangerous. Scam happens when the criminal pretends to begin a relationship via online dating sites and then defrauds their victims of a substantial amount of money. Apart from financial loss, victims also suffer from emotional distress. Victims pour their hearts out for the criminals, thinking them as romantic partners, but end up with a broken heart. Level of emotional can lead to high neuroticism as well as high loneliness and low openness to experience. Victims might lose trust in people and love. Other than online romance fraud, there are also fake online dating services in the market. Camarilla, a person, has subscribed to a dating service and was asked to submit bank account information for payment to join the online dating service. She did, and the money was pulled out from her bank account. But she later found out that this online company called Executive Lesbian Dating is a criminal team operating in America and Canada. Their main purpose is to swindle lesbians who are seeking for online dating service. So, it is clear that users are exposed to higher risk of scam and hacking issues with their information available on the internet, such as their identity, photos, and other personal details. How about the sources? Well, let's see. In this paper, the writers has used citation and reference list as it is necessary in writing academic paper. And since the research was done in 2015, the sources and references are in range from year 2008 until 2013, whereby it is very valid for the writers to use as the reference. So, based on the analysis that we have looked at earlier, I believe that online dating or so-called pocket-sized relationship is not an effective way to find your love partner. Basically, online dating sites or applications are just filled with scam, deception, fake identities that could lead to short-lived relationship and threat to marriage. Not only that, it could bring risk towards the sexual health of people and also leads to the racial prejudice. There are so many chances of finding your love partner in real life. All you have to do is try to socialize as much as you could. As how much we wish to have a partner that could protect us from the danger throughout our daily life, we have to remember to protect ourselves first. There are so many chances of finding your lover in real life. All you have to do is socialize as much as you could. And even though you are busy with your work or studies, it does not mean that you cannot start a relationship with one of your coworkers or your peers. Online dating will lead to so many dangerous and bad consequences that could risk our life. So, people, say no to online dating. That's all from me. Thank you.